Well, it's time to see as we're seeing the Root Riders and Valkyries. Remember, it's all about time as we're going to see the King down to the bottom side with the Queen. A pack is coming from that Siege Barracks to the far left as the Root Riders, Warden, are going to make their way on through. The King ability already goes off with the Royal Champion as the time factor in this is you really want to be right around a minute 10 is typically where you want to try to be as quick as possible. It's 70 seconds. But hey, 3 stars is still the most important thing.
That is for sure. We have seen actually a couple of times in the warm-up that time was even a factor. In most of the matches, it did not come down to time. Teams have done some mistakes and have missed out on some of those important stars from match to match. The question is now, can he secure the 3-star first? The overgrowth spell is now running out, and he has to push through that core, through that Townhall poison with the Royal Champion then getting added for the back end to finish off this base strong with still a couple of defenses remaining.
Yeah, with that Queen ability going off, Royal Champion still has hers. Now, the Hogs are coming out from the RC ability with the Super Barbarian trying to run around and still trying to finish this base off, with the Goblins helping to grab the Collector's Headhunter up top. And this indeed is going to be a 3-star, but the base builders on these know that 3 stars are going to be coming in left and right. It's all about trying to be as efficient as possible as he's working through this storage here. Does find some spring traps, even more for the Goblins, which is going to slow him down a bit. But let's see what Simon can do here with the Root Riders and Valks as well. He's also taking a jump spell, as we're going to have a Siege Barracks. He's waiting that 30-second window, and there we go. Siege Barracks down, Queen as well, our King, Super Barbs, and then you got to get those Root Riders on through behind some skeleton spells.
Oh, and this time we see early on spring traps, so maybe that is the side which has a lot of traps stacked, but so far, except those spring traps, nothing else got triggered. The King then is going to get jump spelled into the base because this is kind of what Synchronic likes to do. This is their style and this is their understanding of this strategy. They like to use the jump for the Barbarian King, split him up. But right now, the Warden is doing exactly the same. He is splitting and not following the Root Riders into the core.
Oh no, as they are all moving left to avoid the Town Hall here, as the Town Hall does activate, as the 51% mark has been triggered, as the Queen's making her way up to the top. The Royal Champion ability does go off as she's trying to secure the Town Hall, but she's not going for the Town Hall anymore as she ignores it. The Town Hall stays as the Ward ability just goes off, but at this point now, he's got to get that 3-star.
Oh no, the Town Hall survived, and this is why it's like the Hog Rider puppet is like nice, but really, really situational. And things like this with a lot of splash damage, the Hog Riders did nothing. A Royal Gem equipment could have been the difference maker, and everything circling the outside. More troops are getting added. He's redeploying Super Barons to take down the Town Hall. Is that enough? That's the question. Scatter shot shooting. Town Hall is going down for the 2nd star, but the 3rd star would be so important to start this match off because, as we said it, they are the clear favorite on paper. But Surgical might have just gotten their first defense.
Yeah, with the very first attack just like that and not being a 3-star, now you can focus on the attack strategy of whatever's going to give you the best chance for getting a triple. Because a lot of times these pro players, maybe they're not as comfortable with Root Riders as they know that that's the meta. As he's in with the Root Riders and Valkyries as well, but we are now seeing the Overgrowth spell being used. And Itsu, typically when you're using an Overgrowth in an attack like this, what is your objective with it?
Well, you typically try to go for the Town Hall and for buildings behind it, especially like the Elixir, I think would be good target. And if he's going to deploy it correctly, he should even hit the multi-archer towers, I believe. So it's all about then the timing. It's kind of like as he's approaching the Monolith, I think that's the timing where we will see the Overgrowth spell to just take damage away from his troops and make sure that he can concentrate on the more spread out defenses and then go into the back end. And, well, he's waiting actually really long with that spell.
Yeah, very long. That's what I think I was going to point out here is finally now he deploys it. And indeed, just like you mentioned, he uses the Overgrowth to clip both the multi-archer towers behind the Town Hall. So he's taking out the buildings out in front where the Root Riders are pathing. Remember, when you use an Overgrowth, you cannot target any of the buildings that have been hit by the Overgrowth, and those buildings can't receive any damage, so they are immune. As he continues his way around, that Queen's off to the right, and the Root Riders Valkyries now going down to the bottom side as the Town Hall now finally comes back. but he needs to grab that Town Hall, otherwise it could be a 1-star.
Oh no, this is exactly the style of, well, attack, which we have seen fail in the past. But there is, I think, vagaries in the core. Should clear out that Town Hall. Or is the town... Wait, no.
Whoa. No.
Don't tell me that the overgrowth... There are the hogs. Where is the Royal Champ going? She should go for the core.
Yeah.
And that, okay, 2nd star is secured. But can she even finish off the job? I think she should, right?
Oh, wow. Look how quick that Royal Champion is coming around to help finish off this base. And it is a little nerve-wracking there, but it is going to be a 3-star indeed here for Sammy. He's got over a minute left and plenty of time. Doesn't have to worry about being quick. You just got to be worried about getting the 3 stars here.
That's right. As long as both teams are not 3-starring every single attack, time is most of the time not a relevant factor. And that's exactly what is happening here with Sammy getting in that next 3-star for Surgical.
Your hands are shaking, even though you're doing an attack that may not be as surgical, that may not be as an attack that you're really used to, but still, every single small detail matters here as Einstein is coming in here, as we're seeing the siege barracks off to the far right side with that jump going right away, so that king can make his way on in towards this Town Hall.
That's right, the jump spell is getting utilized again, but he has to be careful with the invisibility tower behind the tunnel, so he has to make sure that he's paying attention there while the Root Riders are coming from the top side. The Warden with the Eternal Tome and the heal equipment is keeping everything alive and healthy.
Yeah, that king does now clear off a bit to the left as the queen needs help go for the Town Hall. As we have Root Riders trying to make their way right on into the course. The Town Hall has been secured with super minions coming out of the siege barracks.
Yeah, we have the super minions doing quite some nice job of cleaning out the outside buildings to keep those Root Riders inside their middle. And this attack looks way better than the last one, where they were struggling to get that 3rd star. And this one is going to be a complete overkill on this base, with Einstein just smashing this one.
Yeah, with that queen continuing towards the bottom side as we have the super minions continuing to fly through. As the Root Riders and the Hogs coming around as the RC ability did go off as she is running on through, and it is indeed a 3-star here that came in from Einstein.
This is a complete different approach. It's Inferno Dragons. I have not seen Inferno Dragons in quite some time. What about you?
Yeah, I have not either. It's been quite a bit, but we're seeing the Inferno Dragons coming off to the left side using that lightning spell to help take down that sweeper nice and early. And here comes the balloons while the Inferno Dragons set a little bit of the funnel to push right on through as the Warden is down, and we're going to see probably a blimp that's going to fly on through as that Warden ability is going to protect not only all the Inferno Dragons balloons, but also that blimp all the way to the core Town Hall.
Blimp is flying. Poison towers are getting triggered. There goes the rage. Where's the tornado? The tornado trap is there, rotating the balloons away. Oh no, the Dragon Rider has to get the Townhall. Is that enough though? Black Mines? No, the Townhall is surviving.
Oh my, he found the tornado trap and those balloons could not take it down as his heroes are still running down. The queen is taking out the Eagle Artillery. He's using all the freezes now to hopefully those Inferno Dragons to help secure the Town Hall, but they need a path to it. He's out of freezes. That last one has just been used, but the Milev is doing a lot of damage here, taking down a Dragon Rider, but getting distracted by some ground skellies as the Inferno Dragon with the Warden getting take out the Town Hall, and the Warden stops targeting it.
Oh no, the tower is staying alive. Now he has to send the Royal Champ into that tower explosion. And with the single front tower right behind the Fox, then taking the damage of that tower explosion, this is not looking good. This might be the defense Synchronic needed, and Surgical opted into this approach. The Hog Riders are not doing anything with that Townhall poison there. And this means that this attack could fall short, but the Queen ability is still there, so is this still enough?
With the Hogs hitting in range of the scatter, but the Builder Hut was there. The Queen's taking a lot of damage from the multi-arch tower, popping that Queen ability, and he hit the 88, past the 88%. That's the mark that Simon did get indeed. So, but if this Queen can't finish this off for a 3-star, she does die off there. And a 3-star coming in from Synchronic, this war will be tied up.
wow, he's getting another building, but this one is going to be defense indeed. The perfect tornado trap.
And 3 more here in 4 Synchronic as General X is hitting a base with double invisibility spells in the core. I'm sure anyone that is pushing or playing in Legends has come across this base so many times, and the double invisibility spells have caused a lot of issues for people using potentially Root Riders, changing the pathing to go around the base, as it looks like General X is using the Queen to the right side, King to the left, and trying to send the log launcher in the core, which is a brilliant idea to have the logs activate the invisibility spells nice and early.
But he's using Yetis instead of Root Riders. He's just using 5 Yetis, taking advantage of the new level of those Yetis. Now having the Royal Champ with the skeletons from the top side. This is a really, well, twist intended, surgical approach versus this base from General X, trying to take on every single corner of this base. The Townhall is gone, but the troops, it seems like, are gone as well, with still a lot of defenses left standing in that core.
Yeah, with the Raw Champion and her ability, look at all these spells that he still has. 2 freezes, a rage, as he can continue to try to path his way up and around. The Queen is going for the wall, but with the rage on probably the Raw Champion. And there's the freeze onto the ricochet again. This is where the RC needs to finish this off. The Queen does have that frozen arrow, I believe, as the single... Oh, wait, the invisibility spell's coming back. This could be a little bit of an issue when he's going to pop this RC ability. There it is. There's a rage. He freezes perfectly, but the invis, there it is. It gets triggered and he can't target anything.
Oh!
No!
Wait, is that still enough?
Oh, okay.
He got nervous as well. You saw his reaction. He got nervous as well.
As we now have Root Riders coming back here, but healers. Okay, looking like probably a Queen charge into some Root Riders.
Yeah, and he's starting things off with the Blim to make sure that he's setting up that Queen pathing. He has not deployed the Queen yet because this is not about time. It is about getting that safer 3-star. As well, I have to say, I'm not a fan in this army composition of the Hawk Rider puppet as a pet. As a equipment on the Royal Champion, because you have your Royal Champ protected really nicely behind the Root Riders typically. And having just the bonus damage of the Royal Gem is a huge game changer, and especially is a really important threshold because it takes you less shots versus most defenses and most buildings out there. So there's quite a nice quality of life improvement for that there. But the tag is looking really good. The funnel is set, the King is in the Eagle compartment, and everything looks perfect.
Yeah, as that King ability goes off to help take out the Eagle artillery, pulls some of the monolith shots here as the Queen continues, does freeze up that scatter shot, drops a wall breaker so the Queen can continue her charge through into the core. We'll have to eventually take on this defensive King, but we have an air defense in a little awkward position here. Will the Queen go straight for it? Yes, indeed she does. Finds double giant bombs, loses that super wall breaker as he drops another rage to keep this Queen going.
And he actually drops a Root Rider to open up through the core, which is an interesting approach, but does he open up the correct wall? Is this Queen going for the Townhall? It looks like the Root Rider was angled a little bit wrong, which means, I'm not sure, I don't think the Queen is going to backtrack, so the Root Riders and the Royal Champ with the Warden have to somehow take that out. Queen, is he going to pay attention? Oh my, that was so close, the Queen went down in her ability.
Yeah, with the frozen arrow, you don't get much of a health boost. So a lot of players end up, when they use the frozen arrow, end up losing the Queen through ability here. But he makes the Queen invisible with the invisibility spell so she can help go for the Townhall now. Working through that as the Root Riders continuing from the top side. But a lot of damage is hitting them as the Warden Healing Tome is doing a lot of work to keep these troops alive.
The Hawk Rider puppet with the Royal Champion, they have to carry on the back end. The Queen inside that Townhall poison spell, but is going to be enough power? I think his power is running low. The Royal Champion with the Fox taking down some defenses, and I think we see it with this erection. This is not going to be enough. They had to play it safe. They were able to go with whatever they wanted. They could have went with, well, pretty much anything. Mass Root Riders, Queen Charge Root Riders, any strategy they would have liked, they just had to get 3 stars, and it did not pay off for them. And it's another defense for Synchronic, and they're not back in the lead again.
Wow, Ultra unfortunately not able to get a 3-star here, but
There's still the option of like moving forward to see it at least once. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But I think you could get excited because we see your favorite equipment, the giant arrow.
yeah, the giant arrow and the Warden Fireball is what I definitely love using here, is that giant arrow flies through the base to activate the early invisibility spells. When I see a base like this in war, I use the giant arrow, and then I use a blimp to go fly and try to help go to the core to help do a blizzard to help take out the middle of this base here. But we're going to see a bunch of Yetis in Synchronic. They've probably been trying to test bases like this, and they found maybe what, Yetis is a really solid and fast approach.
I'm all up for it. I just love it. We have not seen like a bigger amount of Yetis in quite some time. Yes, maybe in Yeti blimps, maybe as like a funnel troop or something, but a mass Yeti, I would call 5 Yetis a mass Yeti.
Yeah.
It's really exciting to see them back in action with this new level, but the core did not entirely go down, so that might be now an issue for him.
Yeah, with the World Champion, you're going to have to make your way to the core. You can freeze up the invisibility spell tower again, but to make sure that it doesn't fully recharge, because I don't think it did, and I think now it is looking like it's fully recharged. As it's going to get activated, he'll have to come back, pops the RC ability, takes out the single, and he's going to run all the way to the right and then eventually come back as he is celebrating, as Philip does indeed get a 3-star here against the base with those double invisibility spell cores. We're seeing Simon coming in with 11 lightning spells here, and okay, it's like a full-on Zap Lalo to help take out 2 different sections with these lightning spells.
Yeah, there we go with the light. That is a lot of lightning value, I would say. This core is empty now, well, except the clan castle, but this one hopefully is not going to be a big factor.
Yeah, as the king's going to path his way through the defensive king, pops the ability, needs to take the king down and that enemy queen, and there would be no other way other than the giant gauntlet to help grab the value, so definitely should be thinking about using that giant gauntlet if you haven't before, as the queen is making her way up top, followed behind a golem, but that golem is quite a bit to the top side, stuck on that cannon. It needs to go down before that golem can start to try to get out in front of this queen to really start to protect her.
Yeah, and this golem level, by the way, looks so cool. Those yellow eyes of the golem, they look really, really satisfying, I have to say. Golem so far leading perfectly the charge in front of the queen. The poison spell, making sure that the ice golems are not too annoying. And now we have the royal champion getting added from the right side, with a lot of them having to go through the town hall, though.
Yeah, but the blimp can be try to go for the town hall here, as the hound is down with that warden. Going to be able to drop the blimp and some headhunters at the same time to help take out the enemy royal champion there. Indeed, warden ability is going to go off, and we're going to take out the enemy RC and continue to fly these balloons around to the bottom side.
Yes, the town hall is going down indeed with those new Yetis. The royal champion somehow still alive. Should go down now with the town hall explosion, but the warden should hopefully follow. Warden, go to the left, go to the left. The loons, they need the protection, but there's more Lalo coming in from the far left side.
Yeah, there is so many balloons here left in this attack that it is going to be an overwhelming 3-star here for Simon, but they know that they have the 2 fails, and if Synchronic does not fail their final attack, then Synchronic will take the victory with a triple, and that is what they're hoping for. They're crossing their fingers and saying, do they have a chance? You never know. With these bases, a 1-star could result, even a 2-star is all dependent on the percentage that we're going to see from Mark, which is going to be the final attacker for Synchronic. See here, as Mark is going in with a Root Riders and Valkyries against another double Invis core base.
This core looks interesting for sure. We have the Eagle Artillery really far on the outside. We have the Log Launcher going in, and this is not really the Yeti approach, how I would name it. It's more like the brute force option. What is he going to do, though, about the Root Riders going to the left? Like, they're not going to the core, right?
Yeah.
What is his plan?
Ice Golems will slow them down here, but the Valkyries are going to be the ones that target the Ice Golems. He needs to use some sort of invis to try to bring them back to the middle, but they're not. They're continuing around the outside as we're going to see balloons and the Yetis come out from the log launcher, and he's going to send the King now to be sent in for the core to help clear the town hall, all those buildings with that giant gauntlet, as the Queen and Royal Champion are off to the right.
Yes, that makes now way more sense. Delaying that Barbarian King so he could take down the core. The Queen doing an amazing job with that Royal Champ together on the far right side. The Root Riders have done the job on the left. So this looks really good. King ability now getting used. The Invis Tower is getting destroyed before reloading. And this looks really solid to be that 3-star Synchronic needed.
Absolutely, with that Royal Champion getting rage up to the bottom side. Still has the Queen ability, just needs the 87%, and there you go. Gets the mark, but not only that, it is also going to be a 3-star mark coming in for Synchronic, and going to put them to 14 stars in this match.